Yo, what's good, you guys? Here's my third video of my new YouTube page, and this is gonna be a simple haircut. I had a couple of requests through different social media accounts asking me to do a little bit of a more simple haircut to start off with. And I'm gonna start by fast forwarding a little bit on this initial part because this is just a number 5 closed on the top, and he's gonna have like a little flip in the front that I usually try to comb over a little bit, and I do that with scissors. So basically on the top, what I did was I ran the 5 all the way to about an inch away from the front where he has those bangs, and then I'll go back to that a little bit later and show you guys how I just blend that in. So here I am creating my first line, and basically it's gonna go all around the head, and this is my guideline, my initial guideline. And what I'm doing here is a 1/16 on my ANDIS Masters, all the way closed, and I'm wrapping it around the whole entire head. And some people like to work one side at a time. I like to do that too, and I'm gonna do this on this haircut in particular, but what I'm doing here is eliminating the hair that I'm not gonna use. That way when I do jump onto the other side, I'm not raising or lowering the fade more than I need to. So here, with that same machine, I removed the clip and I opened it all the way. When I say open, it means that the level that's on the side of the machine is all the way down. And I'm going right underneath that first line that I made, not all the way up to that first line that I made, about a half an inch underneath. And little by little, I am closing that level and working my way downwards. And what I try to do here is I try to finish closing the machine all the way up right above his ear. As you can see, you fold it down a little bit, and at this point the machine is already closed all the way. And you go back and cross-check your work just in case you missed a couple of dark areas, but the eventual goal is to have it all the way closed right above the ear. And I am going to go back obviously and take away that excess hair, and you'll see how easy it is to just come back with your shortest machine that you have, and it'll take it all completely away. So like I said, I'm just going back and reviewing my steps, make sure that there's always going to be some areas that are darker than others, some follicles that shoot out more hair than other follicles. So it's always good to cross-check your work when fading downwards. So here I grab my other machine, which is the WAHL Seniors, and I put the 1.5 clip on it, and I'm creating another line right above that first one that I made. So this is the 1.5 guard on the WAHL Seniors. And I'm brushing the hair down just to make sure that, I'm not trying to create a perfect line. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm getting most of the hair that I'm not going to use out of the way. So there, I just blew some of the excess hair off. For you guys that don't have the blower, you can just use a duster, whatever the case might be. Just kind of adjust to the circumstances that you're in. So here I grabbed the number 1 guard on the ANDIS Masters, and I started, like you saw, initially all the way open. So the level on the side was all the way open. Then I closed it. Then here, I put my 1/16 guard back on the machine, and I opened it up all the way. The reason why I opened it up all the way is because that first line that I did in the beginning of the haircut was all the way closed. So now it's all the way open. So pretty much what you're going to be doing is opening and closing. Always start open and eventually go close all the way. And I know that sounds a little bit confusing, but just remember these steps. If you're not sure where you left off, just retrace your steps. And if you don't remember what steps you took, then just try your highest guard, and just start working at it. If you see it doesn't cut anything, then just, go to a lower guard, and slowly but surely everything will start coming together. So here, this is my number 2 clip back to my WAHL Seniors, and I like to interchange my my machines because I feel like certain machines are made for particular parts of the head. So for me, I really enjoy using my WAHL Seniors from the number 1.5 up. So there I did the number 2 all the way open, then I close it, and here I'm going back with my number 1.5 right underneath that, all the way open, then close. So it's pretty much like up and down, and then you're going back up and down, retracing your steps. And like I said, you guys, I'm doing this a little bit slower than my last couple of videos because I know that it's kind of complicated when you see something so fast. Sometimes you're like, wait, I'm not that far ahead. And you got to pause the video. So I'm giving you guys a little bit more time, dedicating it to one side of the head, because you always got to remember that whatever you do on one side, you're going to do on the other side. So just there, I just did the number 3 all the way open. Then I close it. And then what do I got next? Right there, I grab my number 2, which was the line that I made right underneath that. I close it and then open it. Vice versa. You open it and then close it. And then you see there, I grab my 1.5 and I get rid of that last line. And at this point, a lot of people, like I've said in previous videos, a lot of home haircuts, you're going to be like, man, yo, it looks faded already, you know. Let's move on to the next haircut. I'm ready to become a barber. And, you know, props to you. If you got this far and you did a good job and you're proud of your work, you know, just continue to get better at it. A lot of people right now are not going to barbershops. For example, me, our barbershop is not as busy as it was before all of this craziness with the COVID. But we're trying to maintain, and, you know, I'm giving you guys these videos because I know a lot of people are trying to buy their own clippers at their house and trying to make it work. You know, sometimes you got kids and you don't want to expose them to anything bad, and, you know, more power to you. I respect that. So here, like I said, that I used originally is this one right here that you can see. I left it all the way closed right above the ear, and like I told you guys, I was going to come back at the end and eliminate the excess hair. So on my boy Cody here, obviously I'm going to do his beard, as you can see, and I'm starting off with a 1.5 clip. He doesn't want anything taken off the bottom portion of the beard. He just wants me to clean up the side, fade it in a little bit, and you guys will see that everything will come together nicely. So here, you know, I did the 1.5, then I grabbed my 1 clip, I did it open and then closed. Then I grabbed my 1/16 clip and I did it open and then close it. Then I removed the clip, open and close, and you'll see how everything will start coming together. And it's just about repeating repetitive motions. I've said it before in past videos, you have to repeat the motions. A barber that tells you, look, it's just one pass of the clip and that's it. No, barbers repeat their motions. I know barbers that take 30 minutes on a haircut, and I know barbers that take 15 minutes on a haircut. And I guarantee you that the one that takes 30 minutes is probably doing a lot more repetitive motions than the one that does it in 15. It's not experience. It's not none of that. None of that is just all excuses as to why I just want to make more money. No, a barber that at least takes 30 minutes on a haircut, he's doing things the right way. Particularly more with a beard. With a beard, it should be anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour. So people at home, don't be desperate when your haircut takes you about 2-3 hours, because I mean, it's years of experience and repetitive motion. So as you guys saw there, I used my shavers right underneath where I left off with the trimmers. And then this trimmer right here, this is my baby. This is my favorite clipper in my arsenal. Well, trimmer, my fault. The reason why I love it so much because it was a custom job by my boy Carlos, or Elito Cuts. His Instagram page will be linked in the description. And basically what I did there was just, you know, kind of do some touch-up work. Now here, I sped all of this process up because everything that I did on one side, I'm going to do in the back and on the other side. And it's funny, the more I look at these videos that I'm making, the more that black door in the back annoys the hell out of me. I will be doing something about that soon to get that, so it would be a lot easier to watch and you don't see the people walking back and forth. Actually, scratch that. You're going to continue to see people back and forth because the bathroom is to the left of that door. So sorry about that, guys. That probably won't change, but that black door, I'll probably get something to cover that or get a different angle in the camera. So it just annoys me. I'll be back. And we back. So let's do this edge up real quick. So my boy Cody, he doesn't really do nothing too crazy on the lineup. I just do the corners on each side, and I don't do any C cup or hook, whatever you guys call it. I call it a hook personally. C cup just sounds funny to me. So on the hook, it's completely faded out, and I make sure that it's the same thing on both sides. Both sides are faded. You got to make sure that both sides are going to be as light as one another. So pretty much here, I probably saw that one side was just a little bit darker, so I'm just kind of hitting away at those little dark areas. Same thing with the beard, just making sure that everything cross checks. And here I'm wetting the top of his hair just with regular water, and I'm just trying to see what it's gonna look like with gel. And I'm also gonna cut some of the tips off the front so it can blend right in. And this is gonna be, a touchy situation because I feel like a lot of barbers criticize people on how they use shears. Me personally, when I went to school, I really didn't learn how to correctly hold my shears or scissors. And I figured out a way that worked for me. And this is the way. And I might not even be using the correct comb for this. So what I'm trying to implement on this channel specifically is that, I'm probably going to get bashed in the comments. I really don't care, because the point is that I made it work with what I had. And yes, I am a true believer on furthering your education on certain aspects of the barber game, of the beauty game, whatever the case might be. But this has worked for me since I started cutting hair years ago. People tell me, oh, that's not how you hold a shear. I really don't care. This is the way I do it, and it's worked for me. If you guys do it a different way and it works for you, more power to you. I think that's pretty dope, and I feel like that's how the barber game should be. We shouldn't tell each other, don't do this that way, because that's not the right way to do it. If it works, it works. That's just the way it should be. So here, I'm starting up on his beard. I did his back line, and I'm brushing all the hair backwards. And with my BABYLISS trimmers, I'm just grabbing lightly, like just barely kind of creating a line, because he likes that natural look on the sides and on the bottom. And I'm going to turn him a little bit more towards you guys here. I'm going to drop his mustache to about a 1 guard on my ANDIS Masters. Yes, the 1 guard. And I'm going on a downwards motion, because if I go up on that sucker, that thing's going to take that mustache away completely. So yeah, then I'm just going to line up the bottom of the mustache, and I'm just barely tapping away from it. Basically what I do is I like to just take the hair that comes on across the top of the lip off. Gets in the way when they're eating, so I just try to make that experience a little bit more comfortable for the client. And now I'm going to lean him back in the chair. With him, I usually don't do too much in the bottom, because his skin rate's really irritated when it comes to like whether it's trimmers, razors, or anything. So I try to do it very lightly and just get it clean enough so it can look presentable. So I'm going to fast forward to this part real quick. Here's another tip right here that I usually do. I like to put the excess shave gel on my left hand. If you're right-handed, obviously your left hand, and you can see it right there, right above my thumb. And that way I don't have to go back and forth to my station to get more shave gel. And I just use it around the mustache. Sometimes by the time you get to the mustache, when you're doing the beard, it's dried out. So it's just a little tip, and I'm sure it'll help you guys. And as I'm doing the final touches on the haircut, here's another tip right here. I'm gonna put some oil sheen on his beard. So I'm gonna spray it on my hand, as you see there, and I'm gonna put it on his beard. And that'll help keep it moisturized until they get home and they shower, and then they can use their own beard oil once they get to the house. Here's the final result. I'm gonna go watch the Celtics game because the game's about to start. I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys be safe.